If you've ever wondered what it really costs to live in Des Moines or Central Iowa, this video is for you. We are going to walk through the real monthly costs of homeownership using Des Moines and Central Iowa averages and what it actually looks like, backed by real bills from one of my own rental properties that I own on the south side of Des Moines, just about 5 minutes from downtown. So whether you're helping a parent downsize or considering a move for yourself, this video will give you a more clear and more realistic picture of what it actually costs to live in Des Moines or Central Iowa. As of June 20th, 2025, the median sale price for all home types in Des Moines, which would include existing homes and existing condo townhomes, meaning not new builds, and then your new build homes and new condo townhomes, those all combined, the median sale price is $300,000. To show you what it looks like in real life, I built out a sample monthly budget using that price point, and then I'm actually just going to pull in bills of my own rental property that I own on the south side of Des Moines. So we're just going to pull in water, the water usage, internet, and utilities, just to give you a more accurate number of what it actually would look like. While these numbers are all still an estimate for a typical homeowner, in reality, I believe it still is grounded and gives you a good idea of what it would actually cost to live in Des Moines. So we'll go ahead and just dig in here. So we can go ahead and just dig into the real cost of living in Des Moines and what a monthly budget could look like for someone. So here is just an Excel spreadsheet that I just made up, and we're going to use, first we're obviously going to look at home. Transportation, we're mainly just going to look at gas and maintenance, and then we're going to look at other daily living expenses. So groceries, dining out, and entertainment are these are the main categories that we're just going to be looking at. So first, we'll just look at these items here. So for a mortgage payment on a $300,000 house, excluding property taxes and insurance, using $300,000 property value house is $1,500, and then for a monthly tax payment, I used the average effective tax rate of 1.6. So you just take 1.6% times 300,000 to get 4,800. Divide that by 12 to get $400 a month in taxes, and then insurance, I just estimated it as well to be at $400 a month. So that's kind of where we ended up there. Electric and gas, the property that we own on the south side of Des Moines is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. It's full bathrooms, and we average right around $200 a month. Mainly, it's more expensive in the summer and the winter times just to keep the house up with the heat and the furnace and the AC. So that's just kind of what I averaged it at, and probably would be a good average for, most homes in Des Moines. Water and trash, this would be the city of Des Moines. So I just did $84. That's exactly what it is at our property. Internet, I did $100, and then lawn and snow maintenance, if you choose to do that, I just did $150 per month. So that's what I did for that. And then if you want to, you can do a repairs and maintenance fund to just set aside for upkeep and just other things that might go wrong. I didn't put anything in there. And then if you are inside of an HOA or anything like that, that's another cost that could be incurred there. So at the end of the day, all in cost for all of these items at around $2,800, just over $2,800. So that's kind of where I would estimate that portion to be at. Typically, your property taxes and insurance is going to be escrowed into your mortgage payment. So that'd be a mortgage payment of around $2,500. Right there, which would be around $2,300 if it's all escrowed together. So the next thing we look at here is transportation, and we can look at the gas and maintenance is basically the only two things that I'm going to look at here. And we will just pull that down here real quick. So gas, I just did on average $45 a tank. Fill it up 3 times per month, times 2 cars. We're going to average around $270 a month in gas. This could be This is really what my wife and I kind of average. So it's just it's just my car, my wife's car, and then we just have a baby right now. So we don't have any extra cars, or we don't have any kids that are driving. So that's nothing that we have to take into account at the moment. So obviously, well, that's kind of just what our payment would be there for gas, roughly, per month. Maintenance, I just did $120 a month. It's anywhere from, oil changes can be $60 to $100 depending on wherever you go. So I probably estimated on the low side on this one per month, but also I did not put in here paying for like registration and those types of items. So this number is probably a little bit low, but gives you a rough idea. So moving into just your other daily living expenses, I included groceries, dining out, and entertainment. So, we can see here, I just averaged out $500 for grocery per month. If you're single, like a single adult just living by yourself, or a senior and you don't eat as much, that number is probably around $200 to $350. As a couple, if you're married and it's just you and another person, it's probably around $400 to $600. And then if you're like a family of about 4 plus, you're probably looking at $700, $2,000, just depending on however much you eat. But at the end of the day, we in Des Moines, in Iowa specifically, you can find Fairways, Hy-Vees, and Aldi's. And Aldi is a very good spot. That's where we normally go for grocery shopping, and they have a lot of good produce and off-brand items that are a little bit cheaper than honestly at Fairway and Hy-Vee. So that's kind of what I averaged it out to be at for groceries. And for dining out here, this was the second number that I used. This number can vary widely, honestly, in Des Moines. There's some restaurants where you could spend $50, $100 a person, or you could spend $10 to $15 a person on a meal when you're dining out. So really just depends, but I just averaged $20 a meal per person, 3 times a week times 4 weeks is $240 a month, just on dining out there. So that's just what I used for that. Entertainment obviously can still vary widely on the person and what you like to do. There's a lot of free things that you can do in Des Moines, but I averaged it out to be $100 a week. And obviously there's different things you can do as far as going to the movies, Civic Center, iCubs games, summer concerts, local festivals, farmers markets, and just other things like that you can do in Des Moines that are affordable and just kind of fun to do. So at the end of the day, I had the overall monthly cost to be around $4,364 for just a total monthly cost of what it actually would cost to live in Des Moines. I would say this is probably widely. Obviously, I'm just using the median sale price, which was $300,000. So if you're buying a house that's $150,000 to $200,000, your overall mortgage payment and just overall home payment's going to be significantly less there. And as you can see, just looking at the budget, your mortgage and just overall home monthly living costs is right at half of your total cost to live. So it's just something to definitely keep in mind. And obviously these numbers can vary very widely, but on average, I would say these are pretty good numbers. So move back over here. So overall, I think that's a pretty good understanding of the average cost of what it could look like to live in Des Moines. Obviously, people vary on how much they want to spend or don't want to spend. So it's kind of subjective, to be honest. But if you'd like to download the full spreadsheet that I just used in this video, just feel free to shoot me an email or a text asking me for that, and I'm happy to give it to you. If you'd like me to send you a mortgage calculator so you can figure out exactly what your monthly payment could look like, just send me a text or email as well, and I'd be happy to send that over to you. And if this still feels a little overwhelming, that's exactly why I host a free senior living education seminar series the first Thursday of every month, specifically designed for seniors and or parents who are caregiving for seniors, Overall, it's just a casual, helpful seminar designed for people that are just like you. Remember, you're not alone in this. I'm honored to be able to help however I can. Feel free to reach out, text, call. Thanks.